Hey, good evening, everyone. Christopher Laprath here, Seeing the Unseen. Thank you so much for being here. I've got some, I've had a really great week. Our script has to be submitted by Tuesday. We've got the third version done, so that was great news. I'm really, it's really amazing. Anyway, the show tonight, the title of it is Are You Correct? Let me start with a story. Scientists have done experiments with all types of animals, and one of them is a shark. So I'm going to tell you about this. So they got this shark, put it in a huge tank, and they put the feeder fish in, and the shark just went crazy, as a shark would do, right? Hungry shark, great. Then they put a huge piece of fiberglass down the center of the tank. And then they put the fish in one side, kept the shark in the other. Well, the shark went crazy again, but banged his nose. Really severe. Over and over and over again, because he couldn't get to the fish. Eventually, he stopped trying. He was like, he saw the fish, but he just was tired of bumping his nose. So then they removed the plexiglass, and the feeder fish were swimming all around him. Nope. Not going to bump my nose. No. So anywhere where you're afraid of bumping your nose, are you willing to let go of that now? Because every one of us have experienced setbacks. We've experienced failures. We've emotionally given up. Maybe we've stopped trying at times, like the shark. We believe that because we were unsuccessful in the past, we'll always be unsuccessful. Are you willing to let go of that and step into success free of plexiglass? In other words, are you willing to let go of the barriers in your heads, even though there is no barrier? There is no barrier between where we are and where we want to go. I love that. So this is like the meaning of life. What is the meaning of life? Well, some believe it's fixed, it's to find happiness. I wrote this all down. And fulfillment, to serve a higher purpose, make the world a better place, or simply to exist, to experience the world as it is. Or some people believe it's just to seek pleasure and avoid pain. Nietzsche said this. He said, the purpose of life is to live authentically and powerfully, to create your goals and your values, and to be a guardian of the earth. I'm leaning toward Nietzsche. Now, am I correct? Yeah, maybe. But if you're feeling like, well, life is about seeking pleasure and avoiding pain, are you correct? Yeah. But how can we expand, and how can we remove these plexiglass plates that are in our pool? So that's what I wanted to address tonight. So a lot of times when I give a reading, a full reading to people, I gave a reading this week to a woman. First thing is she did not believe she was intelligent because She'd been told over and over again, bumping her nose and believing authority figures, whether that was a partner, a minister, a doctor, a politician, somebody that was she viewed as higher up, maybe it was a parent that told her she wasn't intelligent, but she was actually very, very intelligent. That was the first thing that came across. Another reading I wanted to share with you is, are you willing to be free? Are you willing to let go of judging your contribution or why you're here on the earth, and just let it be? Be free of judging yourself. Are you willing to let go of free of judging yourself? I posted this on Facebook, and I just thought it was a beautiful story because when I was reading for this woman, there were all these relatives and all these friends of hers that were on the other side, and they were thanking her for the pumpkins. Now, when I read, it absolutely makes no sense to me. I'm like, you're really... I sometimes in my head go to Spirit, okay, if I say that, she could think I'm crazy. Like, that's really off. That's what? Do you really, what? You want me to say that? Okay. I told her, I said, these loved ones are thanking you for the pumpkins. I go, do you, what? And she starts laughing. She loves pumpkins. And so every year she goes and gets lots and lots of pumpkins. And she takes them to the cemetery. And instead of giving her loved ones flowers, boop, she puts a pumpkin on their grave. That matters. It matters. It matters in a much bigger way than she could have imagined. Because for that to come through in a reading, it's very significant. And your readings, everything in the reading is very significant. So be free of ever underestimating your words, what you say to people. John Kletlinger on the show tonight, Starklink, just posted something on Facebook that I thought was very, very endearing as well. He said, when you're talking to someone, only speak of their good points and tell them what their good points are, what they're doing correct, because you're feeding that energy. So never underestimate that what you're doing and who you are and your fact of being here on this earth, you're here for a reason. You don't necessarily need to ever figure it out. There's lots of reasons. But be in the moment, stay in the moment. So that's why I wanted to share the group card with you tonight. This is so profound because it's a wolf, and it has to do with instincts. And this is breaking free of these moral, religious, cultural proscriptions. Proscription. Maybe you've not heard of that term. Think of it as a prescription that maybe a doctor gives you. But you know that if you take too many prescriptions of different kinds, they can be extremely harmful. These are proscriptions. These are what other people, what culture or religious proscriptions are dictating you should do, or how you should be, how you should act. This is trusting your instincts. And so a lot of what I do when I pull your cards, it's energetically helping you remove or at least be aware of some of these proscriptions that have been put upon you and you've accepted, that created the plexiglass barrier, right? Just like the shark, and you weren't even aware of it. So this helps you to let go of the control and eliminate it. It's similar to a straitjacket that's set up by society or families, and this is trusting your gut. This is combining your gut, your heart, and your mind. Okay? And when somebody says something, Ken and I talk about this a lot. When somebody says something and is accusatory or mean or angry, that it's not about you. It is not about you at all. This is their prescription that they thought, or they're thinking that they have to live up to. It's not about you. They're angry, but the base of it is fear. Because I have all these fish around me. What if I bump my nose again? This is about the energy about this card for all of you is having your mind, your heart, your body work together with each other once again. Okay. Marilyn Pitts is first. East Coast girl, here we come. Okay. Okay, here we go. So Marilyn, when this is called the postponement card. So when you make an appointment, you're meeting somebody for coffee. You have a doctor's appointment, whatever it is, and you simply cannot make it. Are you willing to let go of any guilt around that? So this is you taking care of you first. And I love how far you've come in allowing the universe to take care of you. And sometimes when things don't work out for an appointment, or you're supposed to meet somebody and it doesn't work out, it's meant to be. There's a reason for it that we can't understand, or we cannot really even see. I'll give you an example. I bought a truck about a month ago. And I really liked my car. I'd had my car for 10 years. It was a Ford Fusion, great car. But I started having funny feelings about it, like something's not right. And just instinctually, with the wolf card, instinctually I went down, like I didn't expect to buy a truck, but I bought a truck. The next day, I get a recall. This just trips me out still. Kenan was the one that brought this up. He goes, Dad, this is too weird. I get a recall about the brakes going out. And I'm like, oh, trusting your instincts. So Marilyn, be free of any guilt around not keeping an appointment. Okay? All right. Hey, my friend Rosie's in. Okay? And Laurel's next, and then we've got Ree. Is Ree?
That's what you're on.
Okay, Ree's on the program for the first time, so welcome. So we've got Laurel. Well, Laurel, take a deep breath, Laurel. When people are controlling, now I'm not going to recommend you go get a tattoo with this, but it's really important to remember when people are controlling, they feel they have no control over their lives. They don't have the insight to the inner workings. It's like looking at a clock and worrying if the clock is going to stop. And looking at the clock is going to control the clock to keep going. So I get at work and a friend who is very controlling. To give you a little bit of insight with these people, they're in total and complete fear of control or lack of control, or they don't feel like they have any control over their lives. Okay? They're not living powerfully. So this is along with Nietzsche's definition of the meaning of life that we talked about at the beginning, where he said the meaning of life is to live authentically and powerfully. So this, again, is their issue. It is not about you. And in understanding that, their need to control others is all external, and they're not aware of the need to control themselves or the fear that they have around control or being controlled. I hope that makes sense. Oh, you said you had an issue Thursday with a lady and a boy. You nailed it. No control, so she overdoes it. Absolutely. So those people can project it on you. Force field up, just bounce it off. Just bounce it off. It's not you. Okay. Thank you, Laurel. Who's?
Mindy is next.
Hey, Mindy. Okay. So I'm going to use an illustration, Mindy, of a serial killer, just as a illustration. There was a serial killer who would bandage up his arm, make it look like it was broken, and then try to load a couch into a van. And that's how he got a lot of the people that he got, is they would come over and not trust their instincts, but help this person. So there are people that thrive on stress. Just like serial killers strive on, for whatever the reason is, I don't know, but the suffering of others. There are some people that live or thrive on stress, and so they'll actually like bandage their arm up to try to get you involved in their stress. So this is similar to Laurel's card, They imagine, if you love, I love this card. They imagine that they're standing on balloons, playing a horn and juggling, right? Life is just, oh, it's like, oh my God, it's just like juggling, 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 and then they're playing the horn, and then they're trying to balance on a balloon, and then the monkey's there with a pin that's going to pop the balloon any second. Oh my God. Literally not your circus, not your monkeys. Withdraw your energy. They can load their own couch. Got it? Okay.
Who's next?
Who?
Hannah de la Vega.
Hannah de la Vega. Oh, my dear. Okay, Hannah, here we go. So, my dear, when you're going through grief, it's really, really, it can be challenging to quiet the mind. So when I do a reading, if I get all stressed, I mean, I you guys have watched me for a year and a half now. I just simply don't get stressed. I don't, and especially during a reading, like I told you about the pumpkins. I don't care how bizarre it is; it just comes out because I've just trained my mind to be quiet, and then I hear things. Your aunt is talking about. She's doing this endearing movement, Hannah, where she's like stroking your head, your forehead, pulling your hair away from your face, just in a very loving, just a very loving touch. And she's, in no uncertain terms, telling me to quiet your mind because that's where you'll be able to hear her. And it's not your imagination. Okay.
Lindsay's next.
Who?
Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay. Okay. Okay. So, Lindsay, anywhere where you've been taught either or. Either, Lindsay, you can have cookies or you can have ice cream. Think about it as a child, right? You either have cookies or you can have ice cream. How do you think people that didn't accept that invented Oreo ice cream or cookie dough ice cream? Anywhere where you've been taught, oh, that I have to take the good along with the bad. Can you flush that one? Because, I mean, yeah, that's a big one. Okay? It's not. I can go out and have a flat tire. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. But what if it prevented me from getting into a wreck 10 minutes down the road? Oh, that's good. That's good. This is the yin and yang. It's life. Even in the bad, that there's good, and even in the good, there could be bad. It's that whole. It's this whole yin yang symbol, right? Good, bad, but there's also bad within the good. There's also good within the bad, right? How about it's okay for me to have it all, Lindsay? Write it on a bathroom mirror, bedroom ceiling, refrigerator, computer. It's okay for me to have it all. It's okay for me to have it all. It's okay for me to have it all. And then move it into I have it all. I really have it all. I really do have it all. Because energy goes where attention flows. And that either or can keep you stuck. So you think about coming to a crossroads and you're like, oh, either I go down this road or I go down this road, or should I, but if I go down this road, well, if I go down that road, just choose a road. You're going to be fine. You're absolutely going to be fine. Okay.
Very good. Yeah, next is Austin.
Okay, Austin. So we choose the relationships we have. We choose the jobs we have. We choose in order to help us break free of conditioning. So this is the lion that believes it's a sheep. I love myself. Bathroom mirror, bedroom ceiling, refrigerator, computer. I love who I am. I love me. I love myself. However you want to word it. And anywhere, Austin, that love was conditional. And we've talked about this as, as a child's brain, where, if you don't eat your full plate of food, kids interpret things all the time, but it's about what's happening here is letting go of what you do and loving yourself free of the conditioning of doing or saying the right thing. Because if you have a fear of, let's say, saying the wrong thing, you're always going to say the wrong thing. It's, you're going to try to drown it out. Loving yourself. Love, love, love. I love myself. I love myself. I did this exercise and do it with somebody you really trust and love. and just say, and look at them in the face and go, I love myself. And have them repeat back, yes, you love yourself and I love you. And you can do that for them too. Okay.
Very good. Edna and Diana.
Okay, Edna. Okay. So, my dear Edna, this is distracting your mind. So, sometimes I have nightmares in the morning, and when I wake up, and I just wake up, fix my coffee, watch a music video, and it gets me out of that feeling of heaviness or gloom, despair, an agony on me, deep dark depression, excessive misery. It's a dream. This life is a dream. You have control of it. You've heard of lucid dreaming. This life is an opportunity to do and be lucid dreaming. So any of the scary things, the pirates, you know, the boogeyman, that manifest. So, oh, this is great, Edna. Thank you for being here. Oh my God. So, you know, just how in literal dreams at night, you can have boogeymen or monsters or pirates or whatever appear. When I was a kid, I used to have this dream of being chased by Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and the Mummy. Night after night after night. And finally, I was like, I turned around and I said, you know what? If you do this tomorrow night, my brother's coming with me and he's going to beat the crap out of you. I never had the dream again. I guess they got afraid that my brother was going to beat him up. I don't know. But my point is, Edna, look, in this life, in this reality, this is a dream. This is every bit as much of a dream as the dream at night is. What is the boogeyman? Where's the monster? The mummy? The pirate? If you don't knock it off, my brother's going to come and kick your butt. Do you get my meaning, Edna? That just like a nightmare at night can trigger stress, there are boogeymen during the day. Okay, I hope that helped. Okay, Diane. Diane, are you willing to let go of the need to know everything? And this is the Fool card. This is new journey, new beginning. You go to class because you learn. If you're talking in class, you're not learning. Or if you're wanting to teach the class, you wouldn't be taking the class if you were teaching the class. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't be signing up for the class. So anywhere where it has been, give me a minute. Anywhere where you've had to know everything in order to survive, are you willing to let go of that now? Or anywhere about making other people wrong or bad, or that they don't know but you know, are you willing to let that go now too? Because that's the plexiglass in the pool. where you kept bumping your nose and bumping your nose, where it's safe for you to learn and to begin a new journey and to be in a place of simply not knowing. I'm safe with the unknown. I am safe with the unknown. Every one of us here, what a great card for all of us. I'm safe with the unknown. Okay.
Very good. So John Klettlinger is next.
Okay. John, here we go. Hang on. This has a little bit of a. This is kind of like the Sixth Sense with a twist ending. This has a twist to it. Okay, so. This is a really interesting. So anywhere, John. Let me try to think of an illustration here. Anywhere where anyone has felt guilty or responsible for you, and how that can suck you in energetically with feeling bad about them feeling guilty for helping you or not helping you. I told you this is a little bit, has a twist to it. So, okay. And you're trying to make it up. Okay. I'm talking to my head. Sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't talking. I was going to town in my head. So somebody comes over, you've invited them over for barbecue. They're supposed to bring the propane. They forget the propane. You go down to the store. You get the propane and drop the tank and break your toe. You come home, and they're just like feeling horribly guilty that they forgot the propane, because if they had brought the propane, that never would have happened to your toe. And then your energy goes out to try to make it better and okay for them. That's where, pull back from that. Are you willing to, yeah, it's, are you willing to let go of needing to make it better for other people? It's okay to make it better for other people, but the need to make it better can pull you out of your energy. Okay. Woo. Okay, thank you for being patient on that one.
Abby in Maryland.
Okay, Abby, my dear Marilyn. Okay, my dear Abby. Things are perfect as they are. Trust the process. So this is really perfect about the guilt thing. with John, coming right after the guilt, because this is clinging to the past. And I've done it. So many people have done this where, oh God, I wish I could have done something, or I should have said something, or I should have seen this coming. Anywhere where that is, are you willing to break free of that energy? And give people kudos for the lessons that they've chosen. Now, you don't say, like, I'm really proud of you for choosing to break your leg. That's really a bold move. Not talking about that. This is allowing people to have their lessons, and no matter what you could have said or done 10 years ago or 5 years ago to that person would have made a difference. So this is about letting go of clinging to the past. And your energy also is changing. So there are people that really live and die by astrology. Again, are they correct? I'm not going to get into that. But Kenan is an astrologer. And he knows that there are certain factors that influence our lives, but some of the so-called negativity is there, and correct me if I'm wrong on this. Some of the negativity is there because there are workaround ways. It's given to us as a challenge. So this is you helping people look to the stars. So this is, you can cling to the past, or you can look to the stars. If you look around this card, you can actually look to the stars, look to that bright future, and focus on the good. Okay. All right, my dear Marilyn. Abundance. I was watching this review on the Barbie movie, and the director took ideas, and I was going to send this to you, Scott, if you're watching. The director took ideas from these other movies in the past, and like in the 60s and the 70s, and they were like from France, where they used these amazing colors in the movie. And it makes people feel bright and good. This is about getting the colors you like, not like I love that. Who was that fuzzy-haired guy that was the painter? Bob
Ross, yeah.
Bob Ross. Okay. I love what he did because he gave people like an outline, but who says happy little trees have to be green? You get to choose your happy little tree. You can choose it red or yellow or purple or whatever color. And this is in your art. Like this, I don't know, there's something about, again, are you correct? This is about breaking the rules. And rejoice and relish the fact that you're a rule breaker. And you don't follow the norm. This is the abundance card. This is the This is the child of the 60s. This is more of abundance physically, but also creatively and emotionally. So I'm going to send this out to everyone. This is such a great message for everyone. This abundance card, abundance. On my water on we have the 5-gallon jug water bottles. Guys, take your water bottles, get a permanent marker. Write abundance, wealth, joy, love on those water bottles. Masaru Emoto, Emoto, if you want to Google any of his books on Amazon. He was a Japanese scientist that proved that those words and your art, what you contribute, whatever it is, you can create this abundance even more so. Okay.
Awesome. So next is Lon after I go.
Oh, Lanny? Okay. All right, Lanny. No, wait. I got Marilyn and I got Abby both, right?
You gotta have your
Okay.
phone, I believe.
Okay. Yep, I did. Okay. Good. So, my dear Lanny, this is X marks the spot. So, in old days before people could read and write, they would have people put their X here. This is signing something that I don't know if it's a piece of land or a boat, or it's something about like a contract to go ahead and put your X there. It will help bring about the changes that you're really wanting, but you didn't even know you wanted. I told the story about getting the condo that I'm in, the house that I'm in. I didn't even know I wanted a house. But until I realized, oh, I had never bought a house before because I was always afraid in my subconscious that it was going to be haunted. And then if I bought it, I couldn't get out of it. And so once I realized that, I was like, okay, no problem. I can sign the contract. But it's even deeper than that. This is you really stepping into your power and seeing past the previous definition of yourself and signing like a new contract with yourself too. This is like you really coming into breaking down more barriers than what you've broken down and moving forward in a new way that you'll always be taken care of. So be free of the fear of taking a chance. Okay? Because the change is really good for you. Okay. Who's next?
Awesome. It's Lori out there.
Lori?
Yeah.
Oh, Lori. Hey, welcome, Lori, again. Here we go. So, Lori, anywhere all right. So I don't know, I must have been in like 5th grade or something. We had to do a science project, Lori. And so I bought this huge balloon and then I put plaster of Paris over the balloon. I spent hours and hours doing this. I popped the balloon after the plaster Paris dried, and I made a cutaway of a space station in 5th grade. Like back in the late 60s, early 70s. Anyway, I took it to school and somebody had done a spaceship. And everybody was like, ooh, ah. And I was like, oh, bummer. I didn't, I worked really hard on mine. I mean, I got an A. But I was comparing my space station to their spaceship. It was two different things. And mine was actually pretty good. I mean, it had like stories in it, and I had anyway. Anywhere, Lori, where you've been comparing yourself to others, or where others have compared themselves to you, are you willing to let go of that? It's not yours. It is superfluous. It is surface stuff. It doesn't matter. You are valuable. You have a purpose here on this planet. Be free of comparing yourself. Well, the bamboo doesn't say to the oak, well, I'm not as strong as the oak tree, and I don't put out acorns, and the oak tree doesn't go, oh, I wish I was more nimble. I wish I could bend more. I wish I could grow taller, whatever. It doesn't do that. This is be free of comparing yourself to other people. Let go. Are you willing to let that go? Or comparing situations. Good, bad. Good, bad. Okay. Here we go. Next.
Sky Ambrosi.
Okay. Here we go, Scott. Completion. I wonder what this pertains to. Everybody on the show, I know you know that Scott is an amazing writer and director and cinematographer. He's done it all. But this is knowing when something's done, knowing when it's complete, knowing when that last piece just fits in perfectly. This is the 21 card. So there's somebody coming through that played poker a lot. And they're talking about 21. They're talking about what you hold in your hand is a 21 right now. That's really amazing. Like, wow. This was almost as good as the pumpkin story. I love it. But it's also, what's interesting about this puzzle piece is that where that puzzle piece is going is in the third eye. It's this awareness, right? It's that, they call it the third eye. It's that inner seeing, that seeing past what is beyond our vision with the eyes. So huge kudos. That's wonderful. Okay, who's next?
Great, yeah. Next and possibly last is Teresa Moore.
Hey, Teresa. Okay, now do I have?
I think that's everybody.
Okay, and we lost Re.
Yeah, they dropped
Okay,
off.
okay.
Yeah, it was Mrs. Yaxie, who was your student from CTU.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then we've got
This is
Teresa. Okay. All right, Teresa. You know what? So this is you. So in a river, depending on where you're at in the river is where the main current is, And so people on the sides of the river may not be flowing as fast as when people that are in the middle of the river in the current. This is you in the current. This is you being free of apologizing, of being in the current. Oh, it's even in the now, being in the now. That's where your power comes from, Teresa. This is you being more if in the now, in being current, being current. Increase of currency too. Increasing of currency. So, and being free of apologizing for how far you've come or needing to explain to anybody. Well, you know, the physics of a river are if you're on the side of the river, you go slower. If you're in the current, you go. You don't know. You don't have to explain how far you've come, how you got there, what it is that you're doing, why it's working out for you. You're in the current, you're in the flow. I love it. Oh my God, I'm so excited, Lana, that you're starting to write. I love it. Oh, the writing. Yes, the X. That makes sense. Okay. All right, do we have everybody?
I believe so.
All right, I love you all very much. Let's do this again tomorrow night. Bring friends, bring family, let them know. Love you all. Thank you. And thank you for your contributions. I appreciate it.